Hi everyone, welcome back to part 2 in this repair of a Philips 555A from about 1938-39. I've been waiting for some wire, and that's why it's taken me so long to upload part 2. The wire's come and I've rewired the transformer because all the wires were all crumbly. I bought some silicon wire, or silicon covered wire, sorry, which obviously doesn't melt. We've got a guy over here in the UK who decided to buy a load of wire himself, or to have it spec'd out and made himself, and he offers it on sale at the vintage radio shows we have over here, and it's very good wire. I use it all the time. So as I say, I've rewired absolutely everything on the transformer. The wire was falling to bits, very dangerous, and I wouldn't have plugged the radio in. So I've rewired all the voltage tapping side and the secondary side here, and also obviously the rectifier valve base also. On this set I couldn't tell which colour wire was which actually, and I think there was either yellow, which seems to be the predominant colour, and maybe there was some brown in there, but yeah, I've done it all, and it's this side and then leading all the way up to the on-off switch up here, and I've used plastic insulation tape here. Don't like seeing this really, but Philips used like a cloth covered insulation tape, which is hard to get over here now, or at least I haven't seen any. And I've done some wiring under the chassis as well, which some of the wires under there were quite crumbly as well. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to give it a power on for the first time. Now, this is quite important for later on when it comes to setting up the dial, because you have to have the dial actually, you have to have the chassis in the case to set the dial up. And if you remember, this thing here leads up to like a clockwork thing on the dial, which is why you have to have it all in place. So what we're going to use, as I'm going to be reaching round the radio here to set the controls and things, and obviously for when I come to align it later on, is I've cut the top off a milk carton here, thermoplastic. I'm just going to pop this over the top of the transformer, and I won't be brushing my arm around the side, because two of these are putting out about 270-280 volts AC, and I don't want to be zapped. Sometimes transformers are over this side of the chassis, and you're sort of reaching around this way. This one seems to be on this side, and is particularly dangerous because you're not protected by anything. And obviously you've got the two input connections here, which is on one of these old-fashioned connections here. I've got that one marked, so if I'm using it on a live chassis set, I know which one's live and which one's neutral. Obviously on this, because it's got a transformer, it doesn't really matter which way around you go. But anyway, let's have a look and see what she does. Right, here we go. I've got everything connected up. We've got power going in there. Well, we haven't got any power on it yet. What we're going to do is we're going to shove this plastic bottle over here so I don't touch anything. So the only dangerous parts right now is the exposed mains connector just there, so I'm going to have to watch that, and obviously these voltage tappings there. So by using that, any things, and I've got myself covered. Right, as you saw in the previous video, the capacitor's reformed quite well. It doesn't look to have been anything got hot under there, although I will be changing all the capacitors at some point. Any dodgy wiring's been replaced. I've got the speaker or another speaker connected to the audio output transformer. I've checked under the chassis, there's no tools under there, and what we're going to do is we're going to apply power and turn it on and see what happens. Aerial, right, let's go. Right, there we go. Right, that's the bulbs lit up, which is a good sign. I'd already got the radio turned on, or the power switch on. I think that might be slightly dodgy actually, need some cleaning, because it looks really all gummed up. It looks like someone's actually oiled it. Oh! Oh, that's BBC 5. That was handy. Oh, there we go.
Welcome to Drive, our top story. Tony Blair's warned of economic chaos if Britain votes to leave the European Union under the
We've got economic chaos now.
Prime Minister waded into the election campaign with a
Right. Wow. Nothing smoking. Have we got a tuning indicator? Well, we got some hint of greenness there, but that's knackered, isn't it? I think I can see a little hint of green, but I'm not sure. Right. So there we go, that seems to work. Let's try it on shortwave or long wave, whatever, which... Right, that must be shortwave. Yeah, that's shortwave for definite. It's very sensitive for tuning, very... Yeah, it's very twitchy, the tuning.
Reste à rejeter sans équivoque les accusations de Vladimir Voronin. La suite des manifs, l'opposition parlementaire a...
Bit of French. I've got long wave, so medium wave in the middle must be. Yeah, I think I've got... Yeah, dodgy wave change switch. Just needs cleaning. Yeah. Well, that's... So shortwave seems to be fine, but... Yeah. It's dirty. Right, so next job is replacement of all the capacitors. So there we go, let's switch it off. And we'll switch it off from my RCD here. Take the plug out, of course. So there we go, so it seems to be working. So the next job is to replace all of these wires, and I don't think these two are original, they're cloth covered, they might be. But, and there's a dodgy one there, but that wasn't actually affecting anything, wasn't touching anything. And maybe what I'll do once I get it working again, I don't know, it's got these beehive trimmers here, and that's the replacement valve. I did manage to buy a new old stock EF9 valve, and that's the EF9 side contact base. That is the correct valve for the set there. and that's got a 6K8 in it at the moment, so I don't know whether to buy a new base and rewire it and put it back to original, as it seems to work at the moment. Right, so the next thing is to recap it, and then we're going to have a look at the tuning mechanism and see how all that works. Well, there we go. Thanks for watching. Hopefully it won't be so long before I post an update on this set.